Consider the ratio 55 cucumbers to 35 oranges. We're going to do three things. We're going to express this ratio in lowest terms. We're going to express this ratio as a decimal rounded to the nearest thousandth. And we're going to interpret the ratio. So let's start by expressing this ratio in lowest terms. We have 55 cucumbers to 35 oranges. If you look at that as a fraction, you see the numerator and denominator are both divisible by 5. So if we divide the numerator and denominator by 5, we get 11/7. Those two numbers are relatively prime, and therefore we cannot reduce any further. So at lowest terms, we have 11 cucumbers to 7 oranges. Moving on to the next part B. Express the ratio as a decimal to the nearest thousandths. Well, we have 11/7. If I want to change a fraction to a decimal, I simply take the numerator and divide it by the denominator. When I take 11 divided by 7, I end up with 1.5714. If I went around to the nearest thousandths, that is the third place past the decimal, and I look at the 4. 4 tells me to round down, and therefore my final answer is 1.571. Going to letter C, we now want to interpret the ratio. And I'm going to interpret this two ways. The first is using our fraction 11/7. Recall that the numerator is about cucumbers. So we could say there are 11 cucumbers to 7 oranges. That is one way to interpret the ratio. We also know that when we change it to a decimal, we had 1.571. If you think about that as a fraction, it would be over 1. Therefore, there are 1.571 cucumbers to every 1 orange.